Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis, as well as Bitcoin hash rate hitting an all-time high, boosting the network security, as well as breaking news. Trump election win could send the biddy to 100,000 per coin and propel the altcoins further. We'll also be discussing European investors pour record $105 billion into the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs. Also breaking news with Michael Saylor, urging corporations to adopt Bitcoin for treasury strategy, predicting a $13 million Bitcoin price within 21 years. And a new prediction from the high priest of Bitcoin, who points out hash precedes price. The hash adjusted inferred price of Bitcoin is now 375,000 per Bitcoin. He also had some very sincere words to Michael Saylor. He wrote, Saylor buys Bitcoin because he didn't trust the government, who tried to jail him in 2000 and destroy his wealth with immoral inflation, but he wants the same government to custody his Bitcoin because he thinks they love him. Hashtag battered wife syndrome. We'll also be discussing this and so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We streaming live and in the flesh. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. How many of you are on the pump watch overnight? We went for 13 hours strong. Let me know. And shout out everyone in that live chat. Crypto Surge, The Oracle, Bring Facts, Leash Waked, Dwayne Reeves, Nashoba, John 316, Blessings Brother, Short Coin in the building, Talent Bird, and the rest of the fam. Spread the word. Let people know we're live. I'm going to go ahead and pin this at the top of the profile over on X and greatly appreciate all the support. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to the live pod. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. You're going to notice the pod already pinned at the top of the profile over on X. If you could smash the heart and repost it with a comment or a quote, you'll get shouted out. First and foremost, shout out Short Coin. Appreciate it. Frank Howson and the rest of the fam. We greatly appreciate y'all. Satoshi Cartel, Andy Hughes, and the rest of you guys. Thank you very much. Anyways, church is in session. You ready? Sound of the gong. Let's go. Kamala and Joe were sent by government, JV. They ran out of the locusts. James says, this marks 1 year since I had a bad car accident and broke my back. It is also the same time I found the best crypto community online. So many kind conversations. Well, the wishes for the fam. Well, honored to have you here, brother, and glad your back is feeling better. And welcome to the family. Greatly appreciate you. Shout out Eric the Red, little proof of work action Jackson for you. Appreciate the repost. Second best? Don't think so. That's right. There is no second best. And shout out 4. He wrote October feels like purgatory right now.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
Nailed it. Diana says, love the gong. Shout out Junior Gong from the Marley family. What's your Cash App? I'll send it over, says the Oracle. JV watching from the Cornwall, England. Shout out to the UK, Famalam. Marve, welcome, family. Good to have you guys here. Yeah, we got a lot to share. New week is here. Last night we tapped 69,500. We did a pump watch. Unfortunately, we didn't hit price discovery, but we're still so very close. 74,000 still in play here in October. You already know. Welcome everyone joining the live stream. Again, we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. And I got the gong. Proof of work. Game time. JV, can you shout out my son Ethan? It's his birthday. Absolutely. Ethan, this one's for you, brother. Happy birthday. May all your dreams and wishes come true. And shout out to your incredible family. Why can't people just chill? Nothing goes straight up, says Josh. Baby mama can't focus on the WH. Is that the White House? When the CNA is up. 75-inch. I'm digging it. And shout out to your family as well, Eric. We got a lot of Bitcoin children in the building. Hit the likes, folks. Thank you. DNA, hey JV, I'm at home watching the greatest show on the YouTube. Love your brother and the CNA fam. Right back at you. Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. Welcome, everybody. Monday is here. Thank you, DNA, Silver Spike. I'm just reposting everyone right now over on X. Looks like we already got a couple hundred people on the stream. Let's get this mofo to a couple of thousand. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and go ahead and subscribe to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Then hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1794, the most consistent Bitcoin podcaster in the world. I take that title with great respect. I'm holding the strap. I got the gong to prove it. But anyways, family, welcome. Today is October 21st, 2024. I'm your host, JV. October in full swing. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. According to Coin360, Bitcoin pulled back some after tapping 69,500 on Coinbase last night. We're currently down just 1% on the day, trading above 67,800. We have Ether, BNB, and AVAX all in the red and correcting, while Solana, XRP, and Tron are breaking out and in the green. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The total crypto market cap totally sitting at a $2.35 trillion mark. The Bitcoin market cap, $1.339 trillion. And we got 92 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, and the Bitcoin dominance is back on the climb at 57.1%, with the Ether dominance barely back on the climb again as well at 13.8%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Mu up 8.5%, followed by Atom up 6.5%, followed by Jupe up 6%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy, or forever hold your peace. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the daily. Safe to say the majority of the market correcting and in the red today. I'd say maybe 80-20, red over green. And zooming out on the monthly, 90-10, green over red. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today we're back in greed. It was a 72, yesterday a 73, last week a 48, and last month a 54 in neutral. And checking out the time chain calendar. We have 183,249 blocks yet to go into the next halving. We're currently on block number 866,751. How many sats can you currently get for $1? Is the $1 million question. And the answer is 1,491, just short of 1,500 sats per dollar. Take advantage of that. Stack sats accordingly, fam, and welcome everyone just joining the stream. Marve is bullish on the ape. Hey, people, how's my favorite fam doing today? Always an honor to have you here, broskies. Welcome, everyone just joining the live stream. Again, we're live and in the flesh. We're on 3 platforms, X, Rumble, and the YouTube. Breaking news, Mark Cuban just got grilled on CNBC opposing all Kamala Harris' central promises. Capital gains tax, I would campaign against her. Eliminating the filibuster, I'm against that. Oh, very interesting. Thank you for sharing that news with me. Shout out DNA Noonan. I appreciate the repost on the X. Love the new gong. Keep banging it, brother. You already know. If it ain't the bong, I'm hitting the gong. One of the two. It's a guarantee. Put money on that. Take those odds, Polymarket. And yes, the Polymarket odds with Kamala versus Trump. Trump lead increased another 2% since working at McDonald's yesterday. How lit is that? I can totally relate to Trump now because I worked at McDonald's. We're one and the same. We're virtually the same people. That was my first job. You know what I mean? What do you think about the Caspa Bitcoin killer? I don't really perceive anything as a Bitcoin killer. I'll keep it 100 with you. Have $1, stack the sat. It's better than playing the horn. Hi-yo, hi-yo. Yes, I did just have a coffee. I had a latte with almond milk, my go-to with some acai. And it wasn't a 12-ounce. It was just an 8-ounce at the local barista. But it was pretty good. I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling like $1 million. Or I should say I'm feeling like 10 billion sats. You feel me? We all worked at McDonald's. Everyone except Harris, obviously. There's no proof of work. I actually have the hat with like the badges, with the pimples all over the face, going through acne. I was flipping burgers. I actually worked there. Like Trump actually worked there. regardless if it was for 15 minutes. At least he worked there, for Christ's sake. Unlike Harris, she's unacceptable. Never worked at Mickey D's, and you want to run the United States of America? I do not accept. Who gives two SHA-7s? Who is the prez? They don't matter when it comes to the Bitcoin. As a former Burger King employee, I know I feel better than the lowly billionaire McDonald's employee. I worked at Bob's Big Boy. I never heard of Bob's Big Boy, but that's a fantastic name. Well, even if JV had a coffee today, he's holding it down. Yeah, I hold it down with or without the caffeine. I'm naturally caffeinated. I'm the type of guy, if I have it one time, I can just recreate it. So I could just manifest caffeine in my bloodstream just from drinking coffee in the past. The same thing with the gong. Once you hear this vibration of the Christ consciousness, you could tap into that at will. And that's why I'm going to keep banging it. We're going to raise everyone's vibration. Guaranteed. There is no second best. There's a Bitcoin pod called CNA. CNA, right?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
You put the water into the cup, it becomes the cup. You put the Bitcoin onto the treasure, it becomes the treasure. Now, Bitcoin can crash or flow. Be Bitcoin, my friend. Shout out Cal Beans, just reposted Broski. Keep the comments flowing. We got 300 people on the live stream right now. We're just getting started. I'm going to be live for the next couple of hours. So let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the live charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. Bitcoin drops 3% as U.S. sellers spark sub $65,000 price targets. Oh no. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Not looking so great at the moment. Bitcoin dipped below 67,000 today, October 21st, after we tapped 69.5, a new local high just yesterday, last night. And in fact, we did a pump watch. How many of you were watching? Let me know. So here we go. The highest weekly close in 5 months for Bitcoin we just achieved, and market observers suggested consolidation support retest should now enter. Quoting analysts right here, market selling off slightly today as expected, and that's okay, according to Jelly. The Bitcoin price forecast included the deeper retracements with popular X account Emperor, suggesting that 62,000 may appear or reappear. I say you're not an emperor unless you got a gong. Common sense. But anyways, hopefully he has one. Quoting him here, H655 EMA, high volume pocket between 66,000 and 66.5 should be a great area to watch for support. Shorts will take profit here and should. Emperor also eyed the 200 period exponential moving average on the 6 hour time frame, currently sitting at $63,300 as outlined here in the chart. Quoting him again, trends are memes, mainly self-fulfilling prophecy, but the mid, low, and bottom of the trend actually plays significant for bounces for the biddy, watching for a potential retest before the higher. We'll send that mofo. And well-known commentator, the Whale Panda, meanwhile vented his frustration as the U.S. reaction to the Bitcoin attack of 69 Gs. Quoting him here, U.S. with another impressive $2,000 dump. Got to wonder where they keep getting this Bitcoin from to dump every day. Fantastical question. The latest data from CoinGlass showed Bitcoin eating through the bid side liquidity as the buyers added interest closer to 66 Gs and analyzing liquidity conditions on the largest global exchange. Here's what material indicators shared describing Bitcoin as having a flash sale. And in a separate discussion, we had Keith Allen stressing the need for full candles to close above 69 Gs for the bulls to have a chance at challenging the March all-time highs, which is current price discovery, sitting pretty at 73.8. Quoting him here, there is indeed a heavy-ass liquidity stacked above the 70 Gs. Don't overlook the significance of historical and technical resistance at the 2021 top. We may see some high wicks, but I don't expect a sustainable run to the all-time high territory without full candles printing above 69 Gs, baby. And now for some live chart action, Jackson live and in the flesh. Let's go. Here we go. You're looking at the 1 hour chart right now via Coinbase days via TradingView. And you can see yesterday we were climbing. Again, we tapped roughly 69.5 via Coinbase, and then we started cascading all the way down. Big red candle, unfortunately, took us back into the 66, 67 territory. But right now, live and in the flesh, we're marching back, currently above $67,600. And zooming out from here, we'll get a broader look. Here's the 4-hour chart, live and in the flesh. 4-hour chart does show a bullish blue target sitting pretty at 81,300. And we do have a bear target in the green sitting at 49.3. And overall, we do have a rising wedge formation breakout on the 4-hour chart, looking bullish. And zooming out from there, let's check out the 1 day. The 24-hour chart says bullishness. A lot of green. Daily closes up until last night struck with that red candle, unfortunately, or I should say this morning, probably very early this morning. But when I went to bed, we were still around 69,000. And obviously right now we're at 67.6. And we do have a bear target on this chart on the 1 day at 47,700, live and in the flesh. And zooming out on the weekly, we still have the sexy cup and handle target in play, in my opinion, here for Q4 sometime. 124,000 just awaiting. Will we hit this 124,000 target this year in Q4? Holla at your boy. And checking out the 1 month. The 1 month survey says we have been sideways for the past 7 months. Hopefully we can continue the upswing here in October. Q4 in full effect. So there you go, yo. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the HODL gang. HODL gang. HODL gang. HODL gang. Jay Nice. I got you, brother. Congratulations. Cheers. Love my HODL gang. Hit the like, you bunch of degens. Thank you, Jay Beezy. Sup to J-Dub, the Laker 21 mil in the building, and my homie Guido. Good to have you here, family. And of course, we're going to have a after party, uncensored, after the YouTube stream ends, roughly an hour. Happy 420, by the way. Let's go. Welcome everyone just joining the live stream. Again, we're live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and the YouTube. I'm going to be reposting everyone. Proof of work right here. Margin Call said he's back again like Bitcoin. You can call me Batman because we're never in the same room at the same time. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Come to your own conclusions. Don George, join the party and say hi in the chat. Thank you, brother. Proof of work for the Don George. Much appreciated. Gong, gong, gong. Bong, bong, bong. 4 gongs, time for the JV. Adam Taylor ain't telling no lies. We gonged up like a mofo in this piece. And welcome y'all just joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves here Monday, October 21st. Look like we lost the Nipsey to the gong. It's a give or take. You know what I mean? You can't win them all. Nipinator will come when there's an indicator, but you can't expect him to stick around when we're hitting the gong. It just is what it is. I should actually program Nipsey to when he hears a gong, he gets a treat or he gets a bone. And anytime I hit this, he'll just come running in the room. So I actually got that idea. I appreciate it. Bong, 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 bong. In the words of the Resurrector, coming from your sector. You know how we do. But yeah, welcome y'all. Happy 420. We're live and in the flesh right now. We're going to continue with the news. We just broke down the latest astrology for the broskies. Shout out to all the broskies. Shout out to Max Keiser. We're going to be sharing his latest comments in regards to Michael Saylor with the Bitcoin Bank and trusting the U.S. government versus preaching self-custody. Very interesting conversation. I'll be breaking it all down for you, as well as Max believes that Bitcoin's about to roar to 375,000 because Bitcoin price follows the hash rate, and the hash rate hit yet another all-time high, brothers. All-time high. Bing bong. Precisely what I'm saying. Dog gone gong. Precisely, great U.S. Treasuries hunt. Precisely. Yeah, let's discuss the hash rate all-time high in play, boosting the network security. How many of you guys are running your own node? Let me know as well. The Bitcoin hash has reached a new all-time high, showcasing the growing security of the world's first blockchain network. The Bitcoin network hash rate. The total computing power securing the Bitcoin network reached an all-time high of 769.8 exahashes per second today, October 21st. The hash rate has been in a steady uptrend since 2021. According to BitInfo charts, as you can see right here, the hash rate's escalation is widely correlated with developments in mining hardware, like application-specific integrated circuits, better known as ASICs. And while the Bitcoin hash rate is a sign of the network increasing security, it also means the cost to mine the bitty is increasing. Paired with the block reward reduction from the 2024 Bitcoin halving, which occurred April 19th, during a live stream, we actually ushered in the Bitcoin halving. Let me know if you were on the pod. The rising hash rate could lead to miner consolidation amongst the smaller firms. And as the price of the mining of Bitcoin increases, smaller firms with less efficient mining rigs may become unprofitable, forcing them to close shop or look for headquarters with lower energy costs. Energy efficient mining equipment is the key for miners to remain profitable after the fourth Bitcoin halving, according to Nazar, co-founder and chief operating officer of TerraWolf, quoting him here from a recent interview. If you are a firm that just owns a bunch of the machines and you are not profitable, you will be challenged. If you are a company that owns quality infrastructure that can deliver low-cost power, that's a real asset. And if anything, the underlying value of that asset, the Bitcoin, has increased. TerraWolf is the world's 6th largest Bitcoin mining company, worth over $670 million, according to CoinMarketCap. And despite the halving of the block rewards, it plans to further their expansion with its mining operations this year. Q4 family, stand up. And despite the growing Bitcoin mining difficulty, mining firms haven't increased their Bitcoin selling. That's because they're smart. Why would they? On October 20th, yesterday, Bitcoin mining firms sent a cumulative 2,900 Bitcoin to the centralized exchanges, marking the 4th lowest day of selling in 30 days, according to CryptoQuant data. Also like to point out that the Bitcoin reserves on the exchanges is the lowest it has been in the past 4-5 years. Can you say supply shock incoming? And some of the miner consolidation we have seen after the Bitcoin halving on May 10th, the network's hash rate fell to a 2-month low of 575 exahashes per second. So there you go. Yo, let me know your thoughts with the hash rate of the network. So there we go. Buying at 60 cents doesn't feel like it. Well, stack them sats. You got $1,000 discount compared to 24 hours ago. Never sell your biddies. Sage advice. I love that sage advice.
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Wait a minute. Never sell your biddies. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. That way with the gong, we can program that into your unconscious mind. Never sell your biddies. Sage advice from Michael Saylor. Dwayne Reeves. Hey guys, Cuban turns Harris tax plan. Shout out Dwayne. And Chandy, your best daily Bitcoin is live now. Proof of work. Thank you, Chandy. Don't miss JV. Much appreciated. And make sure to subscribe to her channel, Chandy 10 Music. We were grooving for 13 hours from last night, 11 p.m. till pretty much this morning, and we were playing all Chandy's jams from her channel. Make sure to subscribe over there if you haven't already. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to download some of the Tibetan monks with their meditation chants, and we'll add that to the gong. That's going to be pretty lit. Now that I think about it, I love the Tibetan chants from the monks. Forever, Laura. Precisely. If I don't feel that we'll ever get a Bitcoin lower than 60,000, if it does, I'll be ready to buy and go all in. And the crowd is going wild. That's right. Welcome everyone to the stream. We got 500 people here live and in the flesh. We're going through the headlines right now. You sell biddies, you will get the gong. And you won't get any hits from the bong. It's biblical. That's just a law. I don't make the laws. We just, you know what I mean? Watching from Islip, Long Island. You get a flex from the JV. That's my old stomping grounds. I got family up in Islip, and I am from Strong Island. That's my place I was born. So shout out. It's Remy No Limit. Keeping it 100. And let's continue with the headlines. We're going to get another sip of the Spin Drift.
Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup you...
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about there. The Native American chants, 100%. Anything to raise consciousness, I'm all for. I'm all for.
Put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Definitely no bong hits.
Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Yeah, apparently Cuban don't like tax plan of Harris. Good. JV equals LISC. What does LISC mean? LISK. Wasn't that a cryptocurrency previous cycle? I think I recall a crypto name Lisk, but I never knew the meaning of it. I'm already all in, just waiting for it to go zero or Pluto. Either way, I don't care. Amen. $100 trillion per Bitcoin soon. It's raining over there, Don, huh? I caught the pump watch this morning at 4 a.m. Boom, shakalaka. Glad you can attend the pump watch. It was pretty lit. Unfortunately, we didn't hit our 74,000 all-time high target, but it's all good. It's still in play. We will hit it before you could hit the gong. I'm just saying. But anyways, let's continue with the news, shall we? Let's discuss this Trump pump to 100 G's. If you like Bitcoin to pump to 100,000 along with a Trump victory in the election in 2 weeks, holla at your boy. Here we go. Crypto has found itself in a unique predicament as a campaign issue in the U.S. 2024 presidential election. Many in the industry have backed former President Trump with his pro-crypto policy, promising to see a potential catalyst for industry growth. And with opinion polls suggesting it's still anyone's race, hey, not according to Polymarket. Trump has the biggest lead we have seen thus far. Crypto traders like Satoshi Flipper argue that Trump's victory hasn't yet been priced into the crypto market. Satoshi Flipper believes a Republican win would strengthen the ongoing Bitcoin and altcoin bull market. Send it, let's motherfucking go. However, as the election nears, prediction markets such as Kalshi and Polymarket have turned in favor of Trump, with his victory probability increasing to around 60%. The big gap has led to concerns about potential manipulation, but this has been hotly contested by prediction market proponents such as Kalshi founder Tarek Mansour. What an interesting name. Teen Bitcoin millionaire Eric Finman told Cointelegraph he's highly optimistic about a Trump election win, believing it would turn the U.S. into a pro-crypto environment, leading to a significant influx of investments at the crypto markets. His policies will ignite the crypto market, fueling massive growth across the board. And I agree. I think short term, we couldn't have nothing more bullish than Trump winning the election. But I think over the long haul, it's going to be irrelevant who wins this election, because Bitcoin will continue to do what Bitcoin does best, because Bitcoin's on its own trajectory. But quoting him here, if Trump wins, I believe Bitcoin could hit 100,000 during his second term. I believe Bitcoin will hit 100,000 with or without Trump, but I think it's more likely to happen here in Q4 with Trump at the helm. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Now, synonymous market analyst Crypto Rand shared the most bullish aspect of the crypto administration is simply his non-hostile stance towards crypto. This attitude alone is a game changer and sets the U.S. up to be a leader in the crypto space. And then, of course, we have fraudster Mark Cuban, who's ultimately praising Harris for all the crap that she's ultimately claiming, you know what I mean, and being very anti-Trump. I think you guys all know that because we cover it virtually every day here on the pod, so I'm going to skip past that. Trump has promised many pro-crypto policies that appeal to crypto single-issue voters. One of the things that comes to my mind right in front of your face here is when he gave the speech in Nashville, and he claimed that he would fire the chairman of the SEC on day one of the presidency. And he got like a standing ovation. So he actually repeated himself and made it a point to express that twice. He also promised to free Ross Ulbricht. He also promised to make United States a Bitcoin mining hub. He was just ultimately very Bitcoin bullish. He also said that he would stockpile the Bitcoin for the United States government versus selling it off. And then ironically, a few days after he made all these announcements, the U.S. government sent their stash of 200,000-ish Bitcoin potentially to sell. You can't make this ish up, but it just goes to show you there's a war behind closed doors right now. Quoting Eric Balchunas, a Bloomberg ETF analyst, if Trump wins, we can see other coins as ETFs, in my opinion, and Trump's pro-crypto promises are numerous and ambitious, with a stated vision of the U.S. to become the world capital of crypto. Crypto Rand believes that while Trump's commitment to creating a crypto advocacy council may have flown under the radar, it is highly significant. I mean, the numbers don't lie. According to Polymarket right now, Trump is up 61.3% versus 38.7% from Harris. This is the widest gap towards Trump we have seen published, and Polymarket is super legit because there's money on the line. And according to Elon, this is the most accurate polling because of the money on the line. And you can see domination in the red states versus the blue states. Come on, New York. You got to turn red. Unacceptable. I don't understand how New Yorkers are backing Harris, but yeah, there you go. But let me know your thoughts regarding a Trump pump, and can you see $100,000 incoming with Trump at the helm? Holla at your boy. And I'll read these comments out loud. Let's motherfucking go. Wop, 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 wop. Troll them up. Whoa, did we have a troll? Let's hit the gong. Adios, amigo. Make all the lizard people scatter. Adios. Rant on. And Bitcoin is sovereign, anonymous, autonomous, limited supply, proof of work, unhackable, transacted, settled in minutes. Global, peer-to-peer, immune to the defamation. Any questions? Nada. Zilch. WW3 is the new black swan. I bought a cup of coffee with Bitcoin in 2015. That was a dumb move. It only ended up costing you $20,000 for a cup of Joe. Let's go. Shout out Matthew. Welcome y'all joining the stream. We're live and in the flesh. We got 600 people live right now. I'm going to be reposting anyone who reposts or comments the stream. Much appreciated. Darth Melda in the building. One Bitcoin. Daily news is live. Just reposted you, Melda. Much appreciated. And thank you guys. Let's mother frickin' go, shall we? And Dwayne, it looks like a comment here on the stream. I just reposted your comment as well, brother, and just followed you back. A little proof of work action, Jackson in the flesh. Let's get the repost up. And shout out to the one and only Max Keiser. We're going to be breaking down his latest insights in a little bit regarding Michael Saylor and Michael Saylor trusting the government, which is very ironic. And yeah, we'll share how Max really feels regarding some of the recent statements from the Michael Saylor interview. We also got some Michael Saylor predictions. We also have some Max Keiser predictions with a $375,000 Bitcoin in play following the hash rate. A lot of goodness to share with you here today. I'm not backing Kamala Toes and Tampon Tim. What a nickname. If your nickname is Tampon Tim, there's probably something wrong with you. Would you agree? Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim. Good Lord. Good Lord. America has fallen, unfortunately. Sorry to say it. America has fallen. When the candidates for the presidential election is Camel Toe and Tampon Tim, we have a motherfucking problem. Oh my God. Hello, I represent the LGBTQ. I suggest we put tampon dispensers in every men's restroom. Because the LBGQ we represent. Vote Tampon Tim and Camel Toe. We will lead you to the promised land. We believe in your free right to transition and for men and women to go in each other's restrooms for tampons. I mean, what can go wrong? Yes, I did miss your comment, Oracle. Let me see what you said. Whoa, we got a lot of comments in here. I bought Bitcoin in 2015. Representing. We got Larry Pedro here from Dothan, Alabama. Let's go. I bought it. Yeah, yo. Let me know if that was the comment, Oracle. The 2015 adoption into the biddy. No just say no to tampons. There should be a campaign for that. Tampons cause the big C anyways. We'll get into that later on the uncensored version of the pod. If you're a woman, the last thing I could recommend is a tampon. You know these companies put poison in their products specifically to give you the big C, allegedly. But you got to go with the natural products. You can't just trust putting something up there. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but do your homework. No tampons. Just say no to tampons. There's no answer to the desperation, sideways avoidance politics. Tampon Tim can go kick rocks. Exactly. Then the government tried to jail Saylor. They sure did. So confused on why he is saying. It's almost as if you get to a certain level of success, you got to start kissing the government's ass because he may be in fear that the government's going to imprison him and take all of his assets and his company. Who knows? I wouldn't know. I don't run a multi-billion-dollar publicly traded company, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Something is wrong with the coach of the football team putting the tampons in the boy bathrooms. Precisely. No men should be sticking a tampon up their butt, let alone a woman putting it where you know where goes. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But anyways, let's continue, family. Keep the comments flowing. We're just getting rolling. Here we go. Let's discuss the ETF inflows. The headline reads, European investors pour record $105 billion into the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs. That's right. Shout out to the Euro investors, that is, who have allocated a record amount of the capital into the spot Bitcoin ETFs for the United States. Interesting that the Europeans are investing in it. They invested over $105 billion into Bitcoin ETFs in the States year to date, marking an all-time high. Holy moly. The record European ETF flows were shared by Balchunas in a recent post, who shares here. Flows into the U.S.-focused ETFs by the locals in Europe is now at a record $105 billion year to date. And why not? SPY is up 24% versus 10% for Europe. Asia is also funneling record flows. Charts don't lie. You're looking at the international ETF flows to the US exposures right here. Obviously, Europe leading the pack in the blue, followed by the Asia Pacific. And growing ETF inflows can push the BITI to an all-time high from its current crab walk. Inflows into the US Bitcoin ETFs accounted for 75% of the new capital that helped Bitcoin surpass 50 Gs on February 12th of this year. I remember it was the day after my birthday in the morning. But despite the record European inflows, Bitstamp data shows that Bitcoin has been unable to recover above the psychological level of 70 Gs. Last visited on July 29th. We got mighty close to revisiting last night. We tapped 69.5, then had a corrective candle back to the 67 territory we're at. And this past week, European inflows weren't the only record milestone for the Bitcoin and Bitcoin-based ETFs. We also have the hash rate, which I recently shared, just broke out, hit a new all-time high, which is a great indicator because Bitcoin price tends to follow the hash rate, which would suggest a $375,000 Bitcoin price in play. Now, quoting Bitfinex analysts right here, usually this means that the large ETF inflows have a muted impact for a few days and then the market reverses lower once the aggression from the spot market buyer fades. So Bitcoin ETFs are on a 6-day winning streak. The Bitcoin ETFs recorded 6 consecutive days of net positive inflows as outlined here from Farside data. And on October 14th, the US Bitcoin ETFs caught a cumulative $555 million worth of the BITI, resulting in a 5% daily increase. Can you say 5? Bitcoin price from 62,450 to a daily high of 66,479. Bitcoin ETFs surpassed 66.3 billion in cumulative on-chain Bitcoin holdings, representing roughly 5% of the current Bitcoin circulating supply, as pointed out by Dune Analytics. So there you go, yo. In our next story, we're going to dive into Michael Saylor. Big bullish price prediction from the big dog. And then we'll get into the latest saga with some of the things very controversial with Michael Saylor had to share. Max Keiser's feedback, as well as a price prediction from Max for 375 Gs in play. Repost the stream, family. We blowing this mofo up. 800 people here live and in the flesh. You're going to notice the stream pinned at the very top of the X profile. If you guys can heart it and repost it, it's always greatly appreciated. I'm going to start reposting everyone right here. Here's my proof of work. Catherine Weaver, greatly appreciate y'all's support over the years. Cape Cod, catch up with today's Bitcoin news with the CNA. Thank you, broski. Just reposted. Greatly appreciate. Define soon, please. Soon means soon. Any day now. So you already know, Clark. Let's frickin' go. And with that being shared, welcome everyone to the live stream. We're live and in the flesh. We're streaming X, Rumble, YouTube. And welcome. Laserface will be able to take the loans out against the BITI to buy more one day. Absolutely, with a Bitcoin bank. Michael Saylor recently announced he wanted to turn MicroStrategy into a $1 trillion Bitcoin bank. And that'd be precisely what you're discussing. You'd be able to take loans against the BITI. Also, we have El Salvador repping. They have a Bitcoin bank being launched as well. You'll be able to borrow with your Bitcoin. Why? Bitcoin is pristine collateral, and the banks would have to be foolish not to accept it. It's perfect money, for Christ's sake. A bud of mine reached his goal, 1/3 of a BITI. Congratulations to your buddy. We celebrate. Now, that sound of the gong is so therapeutic. A part of me just wants to go like end the live stream and just go meditate. But I got a job to do. 22 days until the auction of InfoWars, for Christ's sake. Shout out BitStack, stacking the bits. Bitcoin down 1% of the day. Oh no! MicroStrategy up 1.4% of the day. Saylor hacked the system. That Michael Saylor is something else. What are we going to do? It's wild, I say. It's just wild.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to
Hits from the gong. Cypress Hill style.
buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. It is the greatest, the greatest. Welcome everyone on the stream. Let's get into the latest from the one and only Giga Chad, Michael Saylor, and his $13 million target. And then we'll get into all the controversy surrounding what he just recently shared. You know what I mean? Headline reads, Mikey Saylor urges corporations to adopt Bitcoin for treasury strategy, predicts $13 million price within 21 years. My only question for the Giga Chad, why so bearish, bro? Why so bearish? So that's right. MicroStrategy Executive Chair Mikey Saylor believes major corporations should consider adopting the BITI as a key component for their treasury management strategy. In a recent interview on the Market's Madison Pod, Saylor argued that by investing into Bitcoin instead of the stock buybacks, companies could significantly boost their market cap and protect their reserves from inflation. So let's break it down. The strategic bet. Saylor used Apple as an example, suggesting that the tech giant could invest $100 billion into Bitcoin instead of buying back its own stock, a move he believes could add $1 to $2 trillion to the market cap over time. Let's go, Apple. Time to step her up. Mikey Saylor shared right here in the interview. If Apple bought $100 billion of the BITI, it would likely grow to $500 billion, and the company would have a $500 billion business growing at 20% per year. Amen. He further predicted such a move would cause the tech giant's valuation to shift, with 40% of it being based on Bitcoin holdings and 60% on core operations. Saylor's suggestion is rooted in the long-standing belief that Bitcoin is the future of the capital markets and a better store of value than traditional cash reserves. That's right, because cash and fiat, tulip bulb mania, monopoly money, whatever you refer to it as, is absolutely not a store of value. You're guaranteed to lose purchasing power due to inflation. So it's the opposite of a store of value, fiat dollars. That's why Mikey Saylor said, those who store fiat as a store of value, what do we call them, folks? You fill in the blank. He argued that as companies face inflationary pressure and currency depreciation, Bitcoin offers a more resilient and appreciating asset for protecting the balance sheet. Quoting him here, Bitcoin's a long-term value. Its long-term value is undeniable. Saylor predicted Bitcoin has the potential to reach 13 million per coin within the next 21 years, and companies should take advantage of the capital revolution in which it brings. Now let's decipher the Bitcoin yield. Saylor has already implemented the strategy at MicroStrategy, which now owns 252,220 of the Bitcoin, worth over $16 billion, making it the largest corporate whale in the industry, as well as the first publicly traded company to put a BITI on the balance sheet. The company has been issuing the Bitcoin-backed securities to fund its accumulation strategy, generating a Bitcoin yield, an innovative financial metric which has led to an 18% increase in Bitcoin per share for its investors this year. MicroStrategy BTC yield strategy involves issuing equity and convertible bonds at a premium and then using the proceeds to buy more of the BITI. This creates consistent growth in the company's Bitcoin holdings while providing shareholders with returns that outpace traditional investment models. Quoting the Giga Chad again, in 1 year, we have generated more value from issuing Bitcoin-backed securities than we could have in a decade of traditional operations. Bitcoin yield allows us to compress time and deliver results faster. Mikey Saylor believes that the companies like Apple could open new avenues for growth by adopting this approach. And by leveraging their cash reserves to accumulate the BITI, firms could achieve substantial gains over time while mitigating inflation risk. So there you go, yo. What are your thoughts on Michael Saylor's 13 million price prediction. Do you think other major companies with large cash reserves, like Apple or the Alphabet boys, do you think they're going to start adopting Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset, as a hedge against the dollar? We all know the melting ice cube theory. Let me know your thoughts and I'll read your comments out loud. Then we'll dive into our feature story of the day and discuss the latest from Max Keiser, 375,000 prediction, as well as the latest statements from Michael Saylor, in which Max Keiser is ripping apart. And we'll get to the bottom of this. Companies will follow Michael Saylor's lead. According to Guido, BOA tarde, tando con like. What up, everyone? Shout out, Nick. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. What do we call them, folks? You nailed it, Serge. You nailed it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets.
And shout out Tip Tyler. Appreciate the repost on the stream. Respect. Just reposted, Jabrowski. Shout out Shandy. Always appreciate the likes and the reposts. Bitstack. Hop on the bidding knowledge train, folks. Just reposted, Jabrowski.
At some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use
Fiat currency is a store of value. What do we call them?
fiat
Let me know.
currency as a store of.
Who remembers watching the Gong Show, followed by the $1.98 Beauty Show, where the winner got a bouquet of carrots? I've never seen the Gong Show, but now I feel like I'm missing out. You got it, Oracle.
Of value. We call them poor. We call them poor.
That's what they call them. I'm on track to get a short-term loan. I am buying Bitcoin with it and paying it back in 5 years. Congratulations, Oracle. Where are you going to get that Bitcoin back loan? Or are you just getting a loan in general? I see. You're getting a loan in general. You're going to buy Bitcoin with it and then pay back that loan in 5 years. That's what's up. Shout out to Bitstack P. Welcome to the Huddle Gang. 900 people live and on the stream. Appreciate the support, broski. You got it right, Dr. Beast. Truth. MSTR has 252,220 biddy. Wow. And most of it was purchased on 2x leverage. DCA about 44 Gs. Do your own math. Well said, broskis. Welcome, everyone just joining us. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day. Let's go, Big B. Just reposted your broski. That's my dog. That's my boy Blue. My boy Blue. Welcome, everyone. Let's hit the gong for everyone just joining us on the live stream today. Cheers, fam. Shout out H. Ion. What's poppin'? Road to Zion. Ja bless. You feel me, big dog? Short-term loan at 7% interest. Not too shabby. So it's really a hedge. Do you think Bitcoin will grow more than 7% in 5 years? Wow. No brainer. Well done, Oracle. Well done. Thought I signed up before, but it was showing the star, and now I'm official. Thanks for making it official, broski. This gong's for you. That Gong Show was epic. Wow, I missed the Gong Show. Now I'm jealous. Low-key, of course. I got to watch it now. But anyways, welcome everyone. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day. You don't own MSTR Bitcoin ETFs. You have to get permission from the broker. 35 hours a week. Bitcoin is freedom money. Preach, Matthew. Bring back the money with the sign of the lion. Take back the money in the sign of the dragon. 2024 dragons, where you at? Getting a loan from the mafia. You got to do what you got to do. What's the worst that can happen? You lose a leg? Big whoop. They take one of your organs? Who cares? You stack the biddy. FYI, fam, not investment advice. No investment advice is ever given from my lips during a stream or on this channel or during a live stream or on any podcast. Everything you hear from me is for entertainment purposes only. My only intention and goal is to entertain you while rising your vibration through the power of the gong. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You might get a little bit of Bitcoin news here and there in between, but that's all. Hopefully you're entertained, family. Who needs a leg? Exactly. They only got wheelchairs for that. In 15 years, Bitcoin is up well over 450 million%. Bitcoin sucks less than every other asset ever. Stella Kidney. You got two of them for a reason. Just saying. Sell your sperm. Unvaxxed sperm is going for a tremendous amount per load. I got to break down everything for you broskies. Is 1.84 Bitcoin enough? There's no such thing as enough. Ask Michael Saylor, is 252,000 Bitcoin enough? He'll say no. We need to have 10% of the circulating supply. MSTR is a hedge, but nothing better than the real thing, baby. Amen. Hop on that Bitcoin train. I'll start putting more stock in these far-fetched predictions after Bitcoin at least breaks 100, says Polymarket. Do what you want to do. Hop on the train whenever you want to hop on the train and pay the price you deserve. How do you like those apples, brothers? Anyways, do you seriously only own Bitcoin, not any alts at all, like zero? I own nothing. And I take great pride in that. Just FYI. So don't ask me. What do I own? Nothing. In fact, Nipsey owns me. So I have less than a homeless man. I'm sticking to it. And with that being shared, now let's break into our featured story of the day. Max Keiser, the high priest of Bitcoin himself, just recently tweeted, hash precedes the price. The hash adjusted inferred price Bitcoin is now over 375,000 per Bitcoin. Proof of work right here. All hail Max Keiser. And you can see off the back of the news shared by Bitcoin Magazine, just in Bitcoin hash rate hits a new all-time high. Look at that sexy chart. And that's right. Hash precedes the price. Max Keiser makes a good point. Now for the controversy, and then we'll get back into the predictions. Check this out. Michael Saylor doesn't believe that potential government seizure of Bitcoin held in U.S. institutions is a reasonable concern. How many of you watched this recent interview? It's been going viral. It's probably the most thing trending in crypto Twitter right now. Max responded, and I love Max because he doesn't hold back. Here's how he feels. Saylor buys Bitcoin because he doesn't trust the government, who tried to jail him in 2000 and destroy his wealth with immoral inflation. But he wants the same government to custody his Bitcoin because he thinks they love him. Hashtag battered wife syndrome. But wait, there's more. He also recently tweeted, Saylor's the type of guy who thinks the stripper really likes him. Or he has Stockholm Syndrome. If you're not familiar with Stockholm Syndrome, that's where you love your abuser and you allow your abuser to do what they do because you have a fond bond or connection to your abuser. Dude, wake up! They tried to put you in prison in 2020. Do you remember? Tax fraud. DC settles Bitcoin billionaire Michael Saylor case for $40 million. And again, off the back of the news, Saylor dismisses concerns about government seizure of Bitcoin as merely a crypto antichrist trope. Now, Max has been blowing the whistle. You have to respect the high priest. Since day one, since before the ETFs officially went live, Max said, beware. If you don't self-custody your Bitcoin, you don't own it. And he firmly believes that the U.S. government will seize all of the Bitcoin ETF BTC in the name of national security. How do I know this? Because I do a podcast every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, and I cover everything Max Keiser tweets. And we've covered it on the pod relentless numbers of times. I'm sick of rehashing it, right? But here you go. Michael Saylor saying, no, that'll never happen. The U.S. government would never steal the Bitcoin. Come on now, guys. Smell the coffee. Smell the bean of fire. He also recently tweeted, the government tried to jail Saylor in 2000. He lost billions. He never recovered until we, crypto antichrists, orange pilled him in 2020. This is why I am not inviting Saylor to Thanksgiving dinner this year. You're not invited, Michael. Unfortunately, you can't join the high priest over for some turkey dinner. It's not happening this year, Mikey. Max also recently tweeted, everything is going to zero against Bitcoin. Bitcoin price has no top because fiat has no bottom. Don't worry about being too late to Bitcoin. Swallow your pride and jump in. You get the Bitcoin price you deserve. And one more tweet from the high priest. Bitcoin banks are potentially great, but they are not a substitute for self-custody. Anyone who says they are needs another 100 hours studying Bitcoin to know why. That goes to you too, Mikey Saylor, aka our employee of the month. Now go home and get your shine box. And one more quote. Bees don't waste their time explaining to flies that honey is better than shit. So there you go. Shout out again, Max Keiser. Back to the topic of the government seizing all the Bitcoin through the Bitcoin ETF. It's as simple as this hypothetical. The Biden administration comes up with an executive order. They deem Bitcoin a threat to national security, and they send that to Coinbase, who's the custodian with all the major players, such as the BlackRocks of the world. They're holding millions of the Bitcoin. Then the U.S. government will confiscate all that Bitcoin in the name of national security effortlessly, no questions asked. To think that can't happen is delusional. What happened in 1933 with Gold Seizure Act? They stole everyone's gold and replaced it with monopoly money, mofos. And now you're going to trust that same government would never, ever confiscate the Bitcoin? Nacho keys, nacho cheese, mofo. Let that sink in. Nacho keys, nacho motherfucking cheese. So family, let me know your thoughts with Max Keiser's 375,000 prediction. And who do you think is in the right here? Max or Saylor? Do you think Max makes some good points? Or do you think Michael Saylor got it all figured out, loves the government, even though government tried to screw him multiple times, put him in jail, confiscate billions? And maybe he's in a position, obviously, we can't relate to. The Giga Chad has a company holding $16 billion worth of Bitcoin today. 252,000 plus Bitcoin. Do you think the pressure is on from the powers that be, the shadow people, the lizard people? Let me know, because I'm trying to make sense of all this. Max is the man. I agree with that, JBZ. We love the high priest here. Shout out Max Keiser, Stacey Herbert. I will be kicking it with them in a couple of months in El Salvador, January 10th and 11th for the big, tournament that they're hosting. I'm looking forward to being there and finally getting to sit down. Nacho cheese, not yo motherfucking keys. Nacho keys, not yo motherfucking cheese. Well said, JBZ. I don't trust the government at all. They're trying to steal our freedom right now. Exactly. You know what I mean? I think it's ignorant, extremely ignorant, to trust the U.S. government. And I think Max Keiser is right, because Michael Saylor has a lot of influence, and him telling people that they don't need to self-custody and they can just buy the Bitcoin ETF and they're going to be good is setting people up for disappointment and failure. And I'm against that. Obviously, I think everyone should self-custody. The only way to have unconfiscatable Bitcoin, if you don't trust your government, you got to assume they would do anything they can to attack it, right? Or confiscate it. And including the ECB, the European Central Union recently came out with an attack. We shared it the other day in the pod. So let's not get it twisted. Trust nobody. Verify everything. Sometimes things aren't as they appear. Sometimes you have the right to say whatever it takes to get you to earn, deserve, and can't afford to lose long enough to complete the mission. You might answer. You might have to. Right on. Max 100%, says Serge. I guess in Saylor's defense, I would interpret his words as there's no evidence as of yet saying you'll lose all your money by keeping it on a trusted entity's balance sheet. I'll keep my wallet, says Don. Self-custody. Own it yourself. Walk away while aimed another. It's not always that we can hear the real thoughts for another. So maybe sometimes they have a plan, but say they consent to make it ever their goal. Well, we've been preaching self-custody and the importance of it on the channel since day one. Trust nobody. Verify everything. That's one of the 10 sat commandments. You know what I mean? Self-custody. Not your keys, not your cheese. And thinking differently is just setting yourself up for disappointment, in my humble opinion. But what do I know? What do I know? You know what I mean? But anyways, let me know your thoughts on that. Did we set up a poll today in the chat? I don't remember if we did. Let's see if we did. Don't look like I set up a poll today. So we're going to go ahead and end the YouTube transmission, but we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the hell out of here. Head on over to the Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. YouTube stream has ended.